students, welcome. Today I will start the lesson The Night I Met Einstein. The Night I Met Einstein is a story written by Jerome Weidman. So Jerome Weidman narrates about how he met Einstein for the first time and what he learned from Einstein. You know very well that Albert Einstein is popularly known as the most intelligent man of the 20th century. His contribution to physics earned him Nobel Prize in 1921. He is popular for energy mass equivalence E is equals to mc square. E is equals to mc square is even today known as the world's best and most popular equation. So Jerome Weidman, the narrator, the author of this story, tells us how his chance meet, unexpected meeting with Albert Einstein changed his perspective of life. Okay, so he was in fact, was a little, negative and hesitant to learn things. But after his meeting with, Albert Einstein, his view towards learning, knowing new things changed. Okay, dear students. So before moving to the lesson, let us know in brief about the author Jerome Weidman. So Jerome Weidman was born on April 4, 1913. He, in fact, was a popular American playwright and novelist. He has written more than 30 novels and many short stories. And he also received Pulitzer Prize in 1960. Okay, and he died in the year 1998 on October 6. So this lesson describes a concept: practice makes man perfect. Okay, and willingness to learn is very important. Okay, if you are not willing to learn, however good a topic may be, you will not understand it. Okay, if you want to learn things, first you must be willing. Only one's willingness makes the topic, easier. So this lesson describes the concept: practice makes man perfect. Okay, dear students. Okay, let us read and understand how Jerome's view, perspective changed. Okay, and this is a story which happened in the house of a lady. A lady had invited Albert Einstein, Jerome Weidman, and others for a party. Okay, and after the dinner, a concert, a musical program was arranged. A pianist gave a wonderful performance. Unfortunately, Jerome Weidman did not understand classical music. Okay, so this was observed by Albert Einstein, who was sitting next to Jerome. And this lesson is about how Albert Einstein helps Jerome learn or take interest in classical music. Okay, dear students, let's move to the lesson. The Night I Met Einstein. When I was a very young man, I was invited to dine at the house of a very rich and powerful businessman. Author says when he was, very young, he was once invited for a dinner at the house house of a very rich businessman. After a wonderful dinner, our hostess took us to a large drawing room. Chairs were being arranged. As I said earlier, the hostess. Hostess meaning is given the woman whose house the narrator was in. In fact, hostess is a woman who invites guests to her house for a party. Okay. So after the dinner was over, the hostess, took all the people to a large drawing room. Drawing room is living room, and chairs were being arranged there. Okay, chairs were being arranged. See what happens. I am arranging the chairs for a concert, our hostess said. We are going to listen to a very good pianist. Pianist is someone who plays the piano. After the dinner, the hostess took all the guests to a large living room, drawing room, and chairs were being arranged. The people were observing, the chairs being arranged. So she told the people that they are going to enjoy music. A pianist is going to entertain them, she declared. What happens? Though everyone else was very happy, I was not. All the guests gathered there were extremely happy when the lady announced that they are going to listen to a very good pianist, a classical music. All were happy except Jerome. See the reason? I did not understand classical music. All the guests who had been invited by a rich businessman for the party were extremely happy to listen to a pianist. But Jerome was not happy because he did not understand classical music. I thought I was tone deaf. Tone deaf meaning is given there. Unable to hear the difference between high and low notes of music. He believed that he was tone deaf. He did not understand music. This belief was removed, in fact. The belief that he is a tone deaf was completely eradicated, removed by Albert Einstein. That's what we are going to study in this story. Okay, see. I sat down so that I would not be impolite and waited for the concert to begin. Concert means musical performance. Along with others, he also sat down because he did not want to show others that he is impolite. So, with others, he sat and waited for the music concert to begin. I did not pay attention to the music after it began. A very popular pianist came and started playing classical music with his piano. All were, completely involved. But this fellow, Jerome, did not take interest because he did not understand classical music, and he himself declared that he was tone deaf. So what happens? After a while, I heard everyone clapping, so I realized that the piece was over. Here, piece refers to concert, the program. Okay, everyone started, all the people, he heard in fact the people clapping. He understood that the program was over. See what happens. Just then, I heard a gentle but firm voice saying, "You are fond of Bach." See, as soon as he heard people clapping, he understood that the program is over. Okay, and immediately he also heard a gentle and firm voice saying, "You are fond of Bach?" See, question mark. The meaning is, are you fond of Bach? Somebody asked him. See, who is that someone? I knew as much about Bach as I did about nuclear physics. Jerome says, neither I knew nuclear physics nor I knew Bach. He did not know who was Bach. The person sitting next to him asked Jerome whether he knew Bach. Author says that he neither knew, Bach nor nuclear physics. It means he did not know Bach. Very clearly he said, he is telling the readers that he did not know Bach. I was going to say something ordinary so that I could get out of the situation. I turned in order to look at my neighbor and I saw a very famous face. It was someone with a shock of white hair and a pipe. Shock of white hair meaning is given there, you see. Thick, untidy white hair. It was a popular face. Einstein, in fact. The person who asked Jerome, "Are you fond of Bach?" was none other than Einstein. He would have given ordinary answer if that question had been raised by someone else. If someone had asked him, "Are you fond of Bach?" he would have said no. But as it was a familiar face, he did not say so. Okay, see what happens here. See, Einstein was totally looking shabby with white hair and a pipe. Cigar. Okay, see. I knew that I must tell this man the truth. He looked at me as if my answer was very important. Einstein was looking towards Jerome with confident eyes, very eager eyes. Okay, and so he knew that he had to tell the truth. Jerome knew that he had to tell the truth. Okay, see what happens. "I do not know anything about Bach," I said. "I have never heard any of his music." He looked surprised. Einstein was totally surprised when author told him that he did not know anything about Bach and he had never heard any of his music. See, Bach is a very popular musician. See, Johann Sebastian Bach was a German organist and one of the greatest composers of all time. Bach struggled with blindness, yet he managed to create magical melodies. You can hear a number of symphonies of Bach available on the internet. He, in fact, was a very popular German composer. He was blind, but he has produced, he has created magic with music. Magic with music. Got the point, dear students? So when Jerome told Einstein that neither he knew Bach nor he has heard any of his music, Einstein was totally, utterly surprised. Because those days, there was hardly any person who did not know about, Bach. So when Jerome told Einstein that he did not know about Bach, Einstein was totally taken aback. He was surprised. Okay. "You have never heard of Bach?" he said. Again, Einstein asked, "Have you never heard of Bach?" He made it sound as if I had said that I had never taken a bath. This shows the sense of humor of narrator. Narrator is telling the readers that Albert Einstein felt as if narrator has told him that he had not taken bath. Not bath, actually, when narrator Jerome told Einstein that he did not know Bach, Einstein was utterly surprised. On seeing Einstein's face, he thought, have I told, he just, talked to himself. He thought for a while whether I told Einstein that I did not know Bach or I did not take bath. Because Einstein was totally surprised. Okay, dear students. Jerome thought that Albert Einstein had heard him wrong. Yes, okay, he thought like that. But in fact, Albert Einstein was shocked because author told him that he had not heard Bach. A very popular musician of all time. Okay, see what happens here. "I would like to understand music so that I could understand Bach," I said. "But I am not able to, I am tone deaf." Author Jerome made one thing clear to Einstein, that he did not understand music. Once he understands music, you will be able to understand Bach. See here, he did not understand music, especially he is referring to classical music. See, classical music, pop music is different. Western music is different, classical music is different. Okay, and pop music is different. Okay, so he is referring to classical music. He said he did not understand classical music. Okay, to this, what Einstein does? How did Einstein help Jerome understand classical music, thereby understand Bach? Please stay tuned, dear students.